Hi, so I'm back again, and this time I'm going to demo how to make glass interior walls and also how to add doors to that and add some mullions. I know that for a lot of you, you're obviously doing this open office concept, but once you start putting those private offices in, those folks may want glass walls so they can not only see out to their employees, but also that you can let sunshine in through, those corner wall offices and things like that. So I'm going to show you quick kind of what I did already. So this is going to be an example of what we're going to do. Note that in this case, the door itself is only 7 feet tall, so there's going to be a mullion there to sort of divide this up. There's not going to be a mullion on the floor because you want to be able to swing that door open and close. So I'm going to take you back to my SketchUp model. So let me go over here and then back over to Revit now. Let's see, there it is. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're looking at this. So that picture was what I did earlier, and then I kind of undid all the changes, but it's this corner here if you looked here and took a camera view. Quickest way to change this is if you already have a wall, I can go up here and under the categories, I can change it right away to curtain wall. So it's done that. One of the things to watch for is my flooring is going to be a little bit off, so I'm going to look at that quick. I'm going to edit that boundary up. We're going to tweak this a little bit more as we kind of get through this wall here. All right, so we'll go look at it now. We'll make a camera view so you can see what it looks like. Oh, saving again. All right, we're going to go here. Here's basically that view that we were looking at before. Now, right now, it's just a big, giant plane of glass. That's it right there. We need to put some doors in. Obviously, we're going to need some mullions for that too. So we go back here to the level 1 view. I kept the colors on just so we can see what's going on in each room. You first want to have an elevation view for this. This is going to be the easiest way to edit that. So I just went up to view and picked elevation. And I'm going to click on that triangle and go right click and say go to elevation view. So here's my window here. I'm also going to put it on realistic so I can kind of see the different planes of glass there. And also fine, that's going to make a difference now when we go to put in well, you'll see the door handle come in basically. All right, before we do all this, one of the weird quirks about Revit and glass doors is normally if you're over here in door, you could say load family. If we try to load the glass door now, I'll show you now. It's this curtain wall, single glass. You get this weird error message. So for some reason, it does not want to do it this way. It's kind of a weird glitch with glazing walls. So instead, you go up to the main ribbon up here and you pick Insert, Load Family, Doors, and then you do it again. And this time, it'll actually load it in. Oh, well, it says it right. I already have it in here. So hold on, we're going to retry. Let me show you here. I've done them. Nope, he's not there. All right, let's go back in the plan, see if we can get it to work that way. Insert, load family, doors, curtain wall, single glass, open. Okay, now it's good. All right, so that's the trick. We need to be on level 1 floor plan, then we can insert it. It's a really annoying kind of glitch with this guy. All right, so we're gonna go back to that elevation. It right here is over here, elevation 1A. Now what I need to do is section up this big plane of glass so I can put in a door. So what you're going to go over to is under the architecture tab, and you're going to have this curtain grid tab here. And see if as I start to roll over, you get these kind of like divisions starting up. What I want to do is I don't want to start my wall right here. So the way this is working is I'm hovering over here. That's giving me a vertical line. And so right here, I'm going to eyeball this and say that looks like about a foot. But then this number here, this one coming up, kind of scrolling over, I want to get to 3 feet. That's going to be the width of my door. So we're going to say, there is 3 feet right there. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to say I want it 2 feet off from the other one. And now I'm going to go 3 feet in this direction. Keep rolling. There's my 3 feet. Okay, now I want to do the opposite and I want to bring down a line. So to get a horizontal line, I'm kind of hovering using the reference point of a wall over here. And I want that height to be 7 feet. So if you see where it says 6'8", let's come on up just a little bit. Up there's 7 feet. Okay, so now I'll show you what this looks like in 3D. Oh, we got to turn off my ceiling, so I'm gonna hover over that and say hide in view, category. So it's all my ceilings. So now if you zoom in here, you can see those divisions we've made in the glass. It's a little bit easier to see in 3D right now. And also here it is in this view too. Now if I go back to elevation, what I want now is I want to be able to get this piece of glass. So the trick is I click on here and I keep tabbing. Actually, it's better if I do it. Let's do it from the view here. This guy here. All right, if I keep tabbing, see how it's kind of rolling around? Now it's on the door. Then I left clicked with my mouse and now I'm replacing that plane of glass with a door. I downloaded some here, but I didn't like how they behave. These are from BIM objects. They kind of had some neat hardware to them, but you can't flip the door swing on these, so these weren't worth it. So I'm using Revit's own model right here. Here's the curtain wall glass door. But I also make sure I have it on fine. You can see there's a door handle now there too. Now I want to get this plane over here, so I'm going to tab through. There it is there. I'm going to go back over here to the left and now change it to a glass door. All right, so if I go back on the plan, now I can see that I have a door. This guy I want to swing around, so I just click on it and I use the door swing handle there. Let's go look at it in 3D. Looks pretty good. Okay, you could leave it like this. There are installations where there is a very thin bit of pretty much like rubber kind of controlling what's going on in there, or you can add mullions. So we'll go back this time to the elevation view, and then we go up here to the mullion button, and then I'm going to click up there, down in the ground, in the corner, up here. Well, let's see, we'll go here and here, here and here. You might like this look. You might want to do something like this. I'll show it to you in 3D. I kind of missed that corner there, so we'll get that guy there. What's going on up here is this wall actually extends up 10 feet. So actually we can do a couple of things here. We can kind of click on this wall now, and it's going all the way up to the ceiling. You can also, if you want, let me go back and explain this. You could add a mullion line right here. And this, you hit curtain grid, and it's going to be, we're going to go like this, and we're going to put it basically right there. Now there's a division in that glass that we can add a mullion to right about there. All right. Okay, this is kind of a bit of a chunky look. The other thing is you don't want to have that piece right there where the door is. So I'm going to left click on that and just delete that, and left click on that and just delete it. I'll show you what it looks like in 3D now. So now you can see that door is opening correctly the way it should. But you might not want this bar here. So there's a couple things we can do. If we go back to elevation view, I'm going to delete out the mullion here. But I don't want that line either. I want this just one big plate of glass. So the way to do this guy is, so what I did is I clicked on the line there, and it opens up this extra modifying panel, and I can add and remove segments. So I can kind of hover over here, and it deleted from that big plane of glass. So I can do the same over here. I can click here, add or remove segments, click on there. It's a bit like, if you remember the trim command in CAD, we're sort of trimming out these pieces. So I'm going to do the same here. This guy's a little bit harder to catch hold of. So I kind of played with it before and it didn't work super great. Let's see how it works. Oh, there it does. Okay. So I'm going to leave this like this because this kind of setup would be pretty normal for a window. Like you'd see that kind of, you know, how it, that build for it. So if you come over here, so this would be one big nice plane of glass. Here's another big plane of glass. And then this is the divisions that make that door. You can sometimes get a door that goes even higher, like an 8-foot door for a really dramatic look. Those you're gonna have to download from BIM objects. And one of the things, like I said, is I downloaded this fancy one. Here, I'll change it for you now so you can see. This guy here though, when you click on him, he doesn't have a way to flip that door swing. You're stuck with that door swing. I'll show you what it looks like different here. It's kind of funky. It's a little bit cleaner. It's probably operated more by push than a handle. But like I said, when I went to play with this before doing this video, I could not figure out a way to flip that door swing around. So I'm going to keep it like that because it is going to be important for you to pay attention to the traffic flow in your offices for the door swing. But now let's go back and look at that in 3D again. I'll put in some color. And you get that this gives you this kind of nice wide open office feeling. And so these folks in these offices can look out and here, kind of keep an eye on the employees, but also the folks who are working over in this corner, they'll get some sunshine coming through here too. So that I might even go back and think about maybe making this wall a glass wall, and maybe they'll have something like slightly opaque or translucent for some privacy, just so everybody's not kind of distracting each other. But you could have, you know, a glass wall here with a film over it or some opacity, so the sunlight still comes in, but it's not like full on like see-through glass. So I'm talking about over here, if I extend this view, it'd be this wall here that we're talking about. Because again, think about where sunlight's coming through it. If you're over here in like a cubicle desk setup, you know, it's a nice way to get some more daylight in there. All right, so if you have questions again, send me an email and I can certainly help walk you through if you have individual situations like this. There are other glass wall systems you can download from Revit, from the BIM object site. They're hit or miss whether or not they're easy to edit. If you stumble upon one and you think it works great, definitely share with the rest of us. I'll put up a link. I know in the past students have tended to, they might find something that works in the small section, but overall these curtain wall systems are a little bit easier to manage. Just so I don't forget to, let me go over to right here again. Let's see, I'll bring this up. If you wanted to draw one from scratch, say I want to put something in here, again, it's just going wall, architectural, and remember it's the curtain wall is the interior ones, and then I'm just drawing it like this, and that's going to be, we'll put in a view really quick. That's going to be all glass, one big pane of glass. Oh, it's a short wall. For some reason, I was editing these at one point when I made this model, and they're a little bit, I had some soffits I was building. That's why they're at this weird height. Okay, there they go. That would be a big glass wall. So it doesn't have any divisions in it. There's no way this piece of glass could ever get in this building. So you would have to put some logical breaks of at least 6 feet. Like see these windows over here, it's like 6 foot, 6 foot. So keep that in mind too, because unless they're bringing this bugger up by crane from the outside of the building, that's not happening. This building is already built. They'd be bringing sheets of glass up the elevator shafts here. So the biggest you could get away with would be like a 6 by 6. So bear that in mind that you are going to need to put some mullions in that. And again, we can look at that quick. You would put in an elevation marker here and draw those guys in. All right. So again, let me go back to here. Like always, send me a note if you have any questions on this or you are tweaking something on your end that's similar too. All right, thank you.